there's a spot to the right where I can go, but it's like flooded with like, border patrol officers and everything. So I'm just like, all right, well, I have no other choice. I can't go to the border. Like, you have to understand what I'm saying. Like, you're at the border, right there at the border. There's people there with guns and everything. Like, I'm just like, all right, I'm not going there because then I'm definitely going to cause a whole bunch of traffic. So I end up causing mad traffic anyways, trying to get over to the right, all this crazy stuff. And one of these officers look at me in confusion, like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm telling him like, yo, I took the wrong turn. He's like, come on. And I'm like, I find my way over there, right? I get to the right side of it because I had went from the right to the left and now I went back to the right. So I go from the left side, I go across, I cause mad traffic. I get over there. The first thing that comes out of this guy's mouth is, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the check-in. I am your host, D Money. Talk to me nice. I hope y'all feeling great. I'm having a wonderful day, man. I can't lie to you. I'm having a great day, man. And to be honest, this is how 6 to 7 days out the week feels like for me. I'm not rich. I don't got the flyest whip. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing me, but I'm happy every day. I wake up every day. I'm grateful. I say my prayer. You know what I'm saying? You got to thank God for everything. I'm going to start off with that, man. We don't get anywhere without God. So I got to make sure I get that off. All right. Respect it. But definitely been a good day today, though. Like, I'm ready. I've been getting things done. You know, like it's a good feeling when you can set certain, goals and actually reach them or get close. And it's like, it's always going to be the journey. It's always going to be like the progress to what you actually want. That's like dope, and like I told people, like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast. I can't wait to drop it. I'm just setting things up. And a lot of people is like, oh yeah, well, what are you going to do with that? Or, you got some equipment, you know how to do that stuff. Like, it's not hard. Nothing you really think about is difficult. But the only reason why you have it in your mind that is difficult is because you lack the information. You lack the knowledge. You don't go do the homework, right? If you do the homework on most things that you want to accomplish, trust me, you're going to get way further in life when you're attacking it, right? You don't have anything that's going to be successful if you're not trying it. You might be somebody with great ideas, but you're never going to try it. So now nobody will ever get to see what it looks like, right? And the people around you are just going to doubt you. That's just what the truth is. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm just saying we want to change our mindset. You got a lot of things on your mind that you want to, bring to life, but you don't do it. Why is that? Well, D Money, it's most likely because they lack the confidence. That's what it is. Well, it's most likely the fact that you just put so much fear into the idea that you might fail. I don't even know why we think like that anymore. Right? We're in 2022, man. We've been seeing people make so much money. There's so many people getting rich, so many millionaires now doing certain simple things, creating simple things off their basic ideas that other people didn't believe in, but they believed in it enough to push it forward, right? And not give up. This is what happens. You got to do something. You guys have a whole bunch of ideas. I know it because I see it all the time. I talk to certain people and you guys have all these ideas. But for the last 6-7 years, nobody has brought it to life. And I'm like, why is that? And I'm like, okay, the number one thing is like, all right, your confidence has been disabled. Why? Because you put so much fear into the fact that you failed, right? And the reason why is because you started thinking about fear before you started thinking about it being successful, right? So when I think about certain ideas that I want to bring back to life or just bring to life, period, the first thing that comes to mind is like, okay, I could put this together and I could do this. And the capabilities of it being successful is great because, who wouldn't like this and who wouldn't like, you know what I'm saying? I think like that before I say, well, it might not be able to work or it probably can't work because I don't have enough people. I don't have enough. That's terrible. So, man, there's ways around everything. You can find ways around everything. And I've learned that. Why? Because I've done the homework. I have people that are like mentors. I follow the right people, my circle of people that I look up to and get information from. Like, yo, they're all successful. You have to start surrounding you. Like, this is, yo, I'm telling you, you've heard this before, but you have to surround yourself around better people. Not even better people, but people with more information. You should never be the smartest person in the room. You hear that all the time too, but why don't you listen? Why are you still hanging around the same people? I'm not even saying you got to cut them off. I'm just saying you have to separate the time that you're giving to that group of friends and then the time that you're putting into people that have more than you. Am I lying? Stop me when I'm lying. Like, if you started doing that, you would gain access to more information. That's how people have all these connections. That's how people start building, right? I wouldn't have set all this up if I didn't look up to somebody and see like, oh, that's dope. And then like gain some information of how I can just put it all together in what, 20 to 30 days. Easy. It's simple. This isn't hard. I don't think you guys think this is hard, but it's like, yo, it looks official, don't it? It looks cool. I'm not even bragging. I'm just saying like, yo, the information that I had access to so fast was like, made me think that I could do it. I have a whole bunch of information. I have mentors that like drop jewels, right? So not only do I have my own jewels from my own experiences, I have jewels from people that have gone through things that I'm like, yo, it blows my mind. I'm like, there's no way I can hold on to this. I gotta tell people. I gotta tell the people I love, right? So if you guys are watching this, definitely make sure you tap in every week because there's going to be so many special jewels that we drop here. It's crazy. And we're going to have some guests on. It's going to be good. Trust me. And it's going to be fun too and funny. I have a whole game that I can't wait to introduce to y'all. It's early to be talking about it, but man, me and my cousin Ty was just talking about it and we're crying because it's like, yo, we're putting people under pressure. So when that come out, you guys are going to be like dying in the comments. Trust me. But yeah, man, but back to being, you know, just confident about life and decisions that you make. It starts with the mindset. Change your mindset. Start to believe that, you know, good people will come, because there's a lot of people that just lack the good energy, right? And that's due to what you're doing every day. Who are you surrounded by? Where are you working? You know what I mean? Like, there's negative energy everywhere, but there's also positive energy. But if you don't find it, you're just going to be recycling that same old bad energy, and it's not going to bring you nowhere. It's not going to push you nowhere. You're not going to get much done. And even when you do get something done, you're going to think it's amazing when it's like, yo, if you had thought of that 5 years ago, you would have been so much further. You feel what I'm saying? Like, jump on it early. Jump on your dreams early. You're never going to know if something's going to work or not if you don't try it. Honestly, you're never going to know if something works or not if you don't try it. So why not get up and put that great idea you have in the world? Somehow, YouTube, Google, whatever you need to do as far as your diligence, make sure you put it to action. Put something to action. Make something work. And another thing too is like, you don't have to impress everybody that's in your circle, right? Or even like your family members. Sometimes I realize that, like, you know, sometimes you'll get more love from the people that don't really know you that well. They're judging you off your work sometimes when it comes to that type of thing, right? They're like, oh no, that's a dope idea. That's actually really cool. But for somebody that you might know that you grew up with, they might look at it and be like, oh damn, they might be a little envious. They might be like, all right, well, I don't know. He probably copied that from somebody. He probably took. They have a negative way of like looking at it. It's crazy. Like I can't deal with that. I personally like, yo, the moment you give me any type of negative energy, it's like, yo, I'm gonna put you to the side. Like, yo, just chill here for a minute, right? Doesn't mean I hate you. Like, I got love for everybody. I love everybody. But it's like the minute I realize that like you're not the person that is contributing to my energy that I need, then I gotta have you just to the side for a minute. Yo, we'll kick it at some point, but just like stay there for right now. That's how I feel, because I'm on a mission. And I'm not a big fan of 9-to-5s, right? Like, I have clients and stuff that I got to go to their cribs, and sometimes I don't want to do that. But, you know, the sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice to be successful, right? That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people don't want to sacrifice certain things. I work hard. I work all the time. Not because I have to, because I want to. Because I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm like, yo, Me getting myself in a position where I feel great and successful to a certain degree, whatever my degree is, because it's about what my standards are, right? Like, I'm not trying to become rich for anybody out there. I'm trying to become rich for me and my family. So that's what it comes down to. And you should be thinking the same way. So if you're a person who is family oriented, you should always have your family on your mind, right? So that means that has to alter your decisions when you're thinking about certain things. And that way you're not just being selfish. You can't be selfish, right? You got kids. A lot of you guys got kids. And it's like, you have to think about them, right? What are their futures going to look like? I get it. Like, it can be a lot. It can be stressful. But you have to take into consideration that, like, in life, you get to a certain point where you want to just do for others and make sure that their, situation is much better than what yours was coming up. It's the truth. I feel like that. But, when it definitely comes to like challenges though, right? You have to realize too, like, if you do enough homework, you end up realizing that most of the challenges aren't that difficult. It's just because you didn't have that information, right? Like I was saying earlier. It's because you didn't have that information. So it's like, once you get the information, you have to apply it. If you don't apply it, you're never going to get nowhere. Nothing's going to get done. Right. And you have to take the lesson. You have to be willing to take the lesson in everything. That's how people get wealthy. Right. You think rich people just were successful through every step of the way? Like, no, you're bugging. You're crazy. You're tripping. Come on, son. Listen, rich people, what they do is they invest their money. They go through certain things. They make certain mistakes, but they take the lesson. They pull the lesson out of it every time. Right. And what that lesson is it's pretty much just teaching them what not to do or what to do better next time. So they're learning through them L's. They're learning. And once they learn so much, once they take all them L's and they start learning, they remove the L, man. Now they earning. Now they investing more money and they're earning more money. Like, this is how it go. It's not that difficult, but we're still out here spending, right? We're still out here working the same job and just trying to save. I get it. It's not easy. I'm not trying to put that pressure on you guys like that. But listen, there's no excuse not to put a little bit of money away every check. And if you ain't doing that, that means you just giving up on it. You're just waiting for a quick lick. You're waiting for a handout. Nah, we don't do handouts out here. No. Go get the information. Go learn from somebody who knows more than you. Go and actually sign up for a mastermind class. Go check out a mentor, man. These mentors have all the information. They've gone through all these little situations and had to learn through their mistakes. They got the game. This is what it is. Come on, man. Whether it's credit, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's anything that has to do with healthcare, anything on the market, anything that has to do with cars, like, yo, all the information is all out there. These mentors have already gone through it. They have the step-by-step booklets. They have the information. Connect with people. Don't be so scared to talk to people. I'm the number one person who used to be so much of an introvert, and now you can't get me to shut up when I talk to people. It's a fact. I won't shut up. Like, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm not afraid to ask you questions. I want to know what's up, how y'all doing, and what's that car you driving in, how you get that. I be driving through some crazy neighborhoods, and I'm like, yo, if I see you sitting on your lawn and you just kicking back, I'm going to pull up on you. I don't mean to startle you, but how you doing? What do you do for a living? I just want to know. I'm trying to get some information. Yo, the people you bump into everywhere you go, somebody always has some type of knowledge that you don't. Somebody always has some type of knowledge that you don't. And it's a fact. Like, but you guys got to be willing to communicate with people. You got to be willing to go learn something, right? It's all about, like, just getting information and just trying to do something with it. Because you could have a mentor and he could break things down for you. But if you don't ever take no action, what is it worth? Trying to tell you, man. But definitely take the lesson, though. When you go through something, for most of you guys that actually do decide to go through something and you know, finally, like, just like, yeah, we're going to get it done. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out a way. For you guys, make sure you take the lesson and don't slow down. Take the lesson in every loss and keep your head up and keep moving forward. That's how you get successful. That's how you become a person who's going to become wealthy in the future. Like, you have to just be super consistent and persistent with, like, what you're trying to do and what you're trying to get done. That's how I move, man. I'm telling you, like, I get all the jewels from all the people that, like, you know, I have to tap in with, right? right? I have to take the action. I have to tap in with these people and make sure, because they're not going to come knocking at my door. They're not going to come knocking at my door and telling me, oh, yeah, well, listen, this is how you run this play. Nah, I have to go make sure I find it. I need to make sure I go do the homework. It's on me. It's on me to get the job done. It's on me to make sure I take care of my family. That's how I feel. I put everybody on my back. Like this is what I do. So listen, right now we're actually about to get into some questions. I have a team who's grabbing questions from everybody. They probably grabbed some from some of you guys already. I don't know your names. They're not going to tell me that, but they are going to tell me if you're a boy or girl. That way I can answer it accordingly. And for the rest of the world, if you guys want to get some questions in, go to the Instagram, the check-in _, DM the page, your question, and we're going to try our best to get it up on the show. They'll let me know what it is, and yeah, I'll pretty much give you my best answer that I can possibly give you. They think I have an interesting perspective on things, so here we are. We answering questions now. I'm not going to be answering a whole bunch because, listen, man, who do I look like, Dr. Phil? Come on, man. Come on, son. All right, so this one is from a girl. She asked, oh, this is funny because I don't know how she expect me to answer this. I'm not a relationship guy. What you asking me? I don't do the relation. No, I do relationships. I just don't do it as much as y'all. All right. So the first question. So she's saying, what's up, D Money? I had a quick question. So I've been with my boyfriend for the last 2 years and he doesn't seem to have a plan, but I'm also not sure because we don't have too many conversations about this. Do you think I would be wrong for leaving him if he doesn't show me any improvement? Listen, it's been 2 years. You have to have this conversation with him immediately. That's how I feel. Have the conversation with him because it's like, yo, you're trying to go somewhere and he's not showing you any signs or he's not telling you his plan. You need to figure that out. And you have to make it clear to him that there may be some type of action coming from your side if it's not looking the way you want it to look, right? And don't be a sucker and don't be a fool if he's trying to sell you a dream, because sorry fellas, but like guys are good at selling dreams, right? How much faith do you have in his actual plan? So figure out, get your answer through that. And if he doesn't sound like he has a great plan, then no, I would not hold you accountable for wanting to move on and be successful in life and chase your dream and do something, right? Because a lot of people really actually just waste our time and we don't want to do that. So yeah. All right. This is, I don't know who this is, but when I read this question the first time, I felt like I knew who this was. I'm not sure, but they were pretty much asking me, what have I learned since I moved to California? And for those who don't know, I've moved here 6 years ago from Rhode Island, and I've been in love ever since, and I don't ever want to leave. Now, yeah, time's been going by, man. It's been going by real fast, but 6 years is a long time. So what I've learned from being in California is that there's a lot of people out here that are more independent, and like the females out here, yo, they some hustlers. They got their businesses, they got their life together. Like you coming to California, if you're trying to come here and be established, like get on your shit. Don't play around, because there's everybody out here is hustling. Just like, you know, on the East Coast, we have that hustle in us. It's in our blood. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like we get busy. But the females out here too, and I'm not just trying to single them out. Like everybody out here just seems like they're working. They, you know, there's a lot more. You'll have more chance. Go to LA. You're gonna run into more people that have something going on. Like for sure. But yeah. So what I've learned is like people out here are nonstop working and going crazy, and you don't want to be one of those people that are just slacking and just being too comfortable. And I've learned that. So ever since, I've been working damn near like every day, not because I have to, but just because I'm like, yo, this is what we doing. I love this energy. I love getting up and getting to it. Like I'll do it every day. What we got to do? What's next? What's coming up? How could we get better? That's me. So yeah, that's that. All right. So my boy said, what was the craziest experience you had in San Diego? Listen, it wasn't my fault, man. I'm trying to tell you, it was not my fault. This guy's crazy. He thinks I was like just tripping out here. Listen, San Diego's dope. It's fire, like beautiful beaches, Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, everywhere, right? We was like in La Mesa, just kicking it, working. Like it was fire, right? But here's what happened one day. I woke up in the morning. We're out there working, right? We were experimenting some job. Out there grinding, right? And he told me one time, he did tell me, you was right. He told me one time, he was like, yo, when you get into this area, just, make sure you on point when you're on the freeway. That way you don't miss no exits and end up at the border. I'm like, bet, I got you. For most of the trip, I was on point. All right. Comes one day, I actually have to go towards this area, right? I got to drive in this area. What happens is I have a habit of chilling on the right side of the lanes, and I didn't realize that the exit that I needed to take was all the way on the left, right? I'm driving. Boom, I missed my exit. I'm like, oh shit, damn. But I'm not thinking about the board. I'm not thinking about anything that he was telling me that day. I just remember that, oh shit, I missed my turn. I go and I continue forward, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm just going to hit the next exit and spin around, hit a quick U-ey. I realized that there's no more U-eys. All you see is the damn border. And now I'm just like, shit, what do I do? How do I get out of this? I'm like, all right, damn. And there's some cars too behind me. I'm slowing up a little bit because the border's right there. No lie. The border's right here. So there's a spot to the right where I can go, but it's like flooded with border patrol officers and everything. So I'm just like, all right, well, I have no other choice. I can't go to the border. Like, you have to understand what I'm saying. Like, you're at the border, right there at the border. There's people there with guns and everything. Like, I'm just like, all right, I'm not going there because then I'm definitely going to cause a whole bunch of traffic. So I end up causing mad traffic anyways, trying to get over to the right, all this crazy stuff. And one of these officers look at me in confusion, like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm telling him like, yo, I took the wrong turn. He's like, come on. And I'm like, I find my way over there, right? I get to the right side of it because I had went from the right to the left and now I went back to the right. So I go from the left side, I go across, I cause mad traffic. I get over there. The first thing that comes out of this guy's mouth is, you got drugs? Where's the drugs? I was like, what? Where's the drug? He was like, you have drugs? I was like, no, I don't have drugs. This dude barely spoke English, but he was like, you have drugs? I was like, no, I don't have drugs. He was like, come over to the side. I'm like, yo, what is going on now? Hold up. What is he talking about? Like, I told him I took a wrong turn. This man pulls me over to the side. He's looking. He's like, you don't have no drugs? I was like, nah, I don't have no drugs. He's like, you don't have no weed? I was like, nah, I don't have no weed. And at this point, I'm like, I don't even know if I have weed. Like, it's California. Come on, son. So I check my compartment and I look and I see a little jar. And I was like, yo, I'm not sure if I have weed. I was like, I don't think so. And I take the jar. I was like, nah, I don't have any. And I show him and there was nothing in it. And I wasn't even blazing that much at this time, but it's just like, yo, even if it was some bud, I'm in California. Isn't it like legal? Like, come on. This wasn't too long ago. So he got me tripping for no reason. So he tells me, obviously he told me to pull over to the side, and he's asking me all these crazy questions. I'm like, yo, I took the wrong turn. Can I just turn around some other way? He's like, listen, just wait here for a second. I'm like, yo, he got me sitting there for a good 10 minutes and I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. Now I'm like, yo, this is what happens when you take a wrong turn and you near the border. I'm like, yo, my boy was right. I should have been on point, man. I'm tripping. Anyways, he comes back and things cool off. He's like, all right, listen, I have a guy that's going to come around. Just wait here. We have a couple other cars that are in the same situation. They're going to take you around. I was like, you could have just said that the first time. Like, why you bugging on me? Like, I'm trying. I get it too, though, because you're near the border. They don't want you to pull anything slick. I get it. But yo, they applying crazy pressure on your boy. So I'm just like, listen, I don't have anything. And I even showed him the jar. Like, I'm an honest guy, man. If I had some, you probably would have seen it. All right, I'd have showed you it. So they finally, brought somebody and they rerouted us and we got out of there. But I'm just like, yo, was that even necessary? Yo, your boy was on me. He had a big 4.5. Nah, I'm playing. But he had some type of gun on him, though. It was crazy. I was just like, listen, ever since then, I ain't never been near that border again. And let me tell you something, too. Like, in that whole area near the border, yo, I felt like I was in Mexico, yo. It's crazy. I mean, it's right there. That's the border. But I ain't never been there. I only seen stuff like that on TV. Right, in these movies, man. I'm not even like, yo, the buildings, everything seemed yellow and there was stranded dogs that look hungry. Look, I'm not trying to come at Mexico or anything like that. I'm just saying I've never seen something like that in person, and it made me to me, it was actually dope. I felt like I was watching Desperado. That shit is crazy. I was like, yo, I told my boy driving back up there, I was like, yo, you ever been down there? It should feel like Mexico. You got people coming in for work and, they're on them little motorcycles. Yo, it was just crazy. Listen, San Diego's dope. Make sure you go visit that, man. Make sure you go visit San Diego, yo. It was crazy. Crazy. But all right, listen, man, I'm actually going to let you guys go. Time is up. I need you guys to do me a favor, right? If you're waking up this morning or if you're already on the road, listen. I need you to check in. If you're on your way to work, right? You ready to go get that bag today? You hungry for it? I need you to check in. If you getting up off the couch and you ready to go hit that gym because it's been a little bit, I need you to check in. If you getting up to go grab your kid from school because you ain't did that in a minute and usually you just letting them walk, I need you to check in. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to actually go to Instagram. You're going to go into our page, the check-in _, and you're going to send us a picture or a selfie, whatever you want to call it, and show us where you at. Show us where you pulling up to, right? I want to see it. I want the world to see it. I want everybody to know that we actually getting active today. We getting to it. We ain't playing around. We about it. Make sure you guys hashtag checked in. All right. You could put a check mark there if you want. It might sound corny. I don't know. But make sure you hashtag checked in for sure. Make sure you DM us the picture. Make sure you tag us in it if you're doing a post. Listen, this is the check in. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. And I'll catch y'all next week. Same place, same time. Peace.